Hello, welcome to Ascension TV. Today we are going to be treating a very beautiful topic with beautiful girls in the studio. Don't touch the dial and please press that subscribe button. Hello, welcome to Ascension TV. My name is Benedict, as you know, aka Benzino for Christ. Winning souls for Christ is my hobby. And on our last episode, we talked about who will carry on the gospel. But today we are looking at a different topic. What will I be remembered for? In recent time, a lot of things has gone wrong. People see good as evil. People celebrate evil. The youth of these days are going astray. We don't even know what the cause is. With me in the studio are.
Whitney Ayamaku.
Okoma Divine.
So as you can see, these beautiful ladies are here to trash this topic, to give life to this topic. In recent time, we see that people celebrate evil. People see good as bad. Everything that is bad is well celebrated these days. So what we are looking at first is generally, what would we say is the cause of this moral decadence in the society? What factor are we going to say is responsible for this moral decadence?
I feel it is the society. But then, who is the society? We are the society.
Wow. Society, we make up society. That's a very good point.
I think what's responsible for the moral decadence of our youth now is the lack of appropriate constituted authority in the society now. Because now, raising children isn't the people's sole purpose of having children. They just do it because, well, it's supposed to happen. People think it's a rite of passage. People don't take the time now to raise their children. So now children are left to look into the society to pick what is good and what is bad. And due to the different influences of the society, like she said, they pick up the wrong things and that affects their moral status.
Okay, so now this brings us to the point where we look at a whole lot of things. Now, is it that our grandparents didn't do a lot of good job by bringing our parents up? Because a lot of things are going wrong. Would you say our parents are responsible for this recent development in our affairs or moral decadence? Or what's your take on it?
Well, not necessarily all parents, because all parents are not the same. It is not in my position to actually judge. We cannot just speak for all parents and say, okay, they are not doing their job. Well, maybe some parents are not doing their jobs. I don't know, but they're not all parents. But let's just say most parents. But we cannot just decide that the grandparents did not fully teach our parents everything. Well, maybe they did teach them everything, but then the thing is, with the way times are evolving, they don't really have time, truly. But then we cannot just say that the parents are, it's a personal choice. If you want to be good, you can be good. If you want to be remembered for bad things, it's your choice. But then just remember that it's very important for you to leave good things behind. So they can always say, okay, this person was remembered for good things. This person was remembered for the person's contribution to meetings and things like that. So yeah, I cannot actually say, but me personally, I will be remembered for good things.
Wow, I like that point. So, what do you think about this?
I saw something recently on social media that said your parents train you, so anything, if you act otherwise, it's you that didn't pay attention to the home training. So maybe our grandparents, they actually train our parents, and at that point in time they didn't heed well, and that affected us in turn. Or it's either our grandparents found out about Jesus later in life, and that at that point it was too late to teach our parents, and then they couldn't teach us in turn.
Wow, this is beautiful. Just like I told you, these ladies, we just look at them with smile, see what they are dishing out. Well, now, in recent time, we now discover some sort of activities and all that. Now, we talked about the parents. Let us look at the youth in general. Now, once your parents teach you everything, like we see some persons come to church and dress to kill. Let's use that word, dress to kill. You want to entice people, you want to say that, yeah, I'm on top of the game and all that. What do you feel about this?
Well, for one, it's good to dress very well, but then we also have to have self-control. It's good to also dress decently, most importantly, in everything you do. So I feel like if you decide to dress very well, they decide to dress very well, they should just put decency in the dressing. I don't know if I would say maybe the parents are the ones encouraging them to dress the way they are dressing, but definitely there should just be decency.
Okay. So what do you feel?
We can't pin it down to most of our parents because some of our youths now don't even live with their parents anymore. So it's basically what they see on social media. And I feel at this point, a good number of youth have the discretion to dress decently. But again, like it says in the Bible, not everything is lawful, but not all things are good for you. So in your way of thanking God and dressing to kill, like you said, you shouldn't affect somebody else's spiritual walk. So dress to impress, yes, but dress with decency.
Okay, now I love this. Now let's also take a small look at the Bible. You know, like St. Paul, for instance, that's one of my favorite saints. Like St. Paul has, after the encounter with Jesus Christ on his road to Damascus, but I've decided to say, okay, yes, I will change from killing people. But the man looked at it beyond that, that what would I be remembered for? And I think he's one of the greatest apostles who never had an encounter with Jesus Christ, but preached more than the listen. So in this generation, what do you think the youth of this generation will be remembered for? Are they going to be remembered for the case that they don't eat to the advice of their parents, or are the case of coming to church to destroy societies or destroy church properties? What will you be remembered for? What's your take on this question? Like, what will you be remembered for? Will you be remembered for doing good things or bad things and all that?
Well, I actually don't think it's in my position to decide what to be remembered for, because we are all individuals. So whatever you decide to be remembered for is your decision, it's personal. So I feel like if you've already made up your mind that you want to be remembered for good things, then of course, what is stopping you? But then when you start, when you're doing things that are not good, definitely you won't be remembered for good things. But one thing is, we should just remember where we're from. We should remember our background, especially if you were brought up well, especially if you have good morals. Exactly. Just try to remember where you're from. So it is not in my position to say we'll all be remembered for bad things, because not all are bad. So
Divine says she's not in a position to say, well, let me throw it to Whitney. What would you be remembered for?
Like Divine said, we've been nailing it on youth since. Not all youths are like this. It's just a portion, and that's carrying the bad name for a lot of youth. A lot of you still belong to societies. I see a lot of you still coming to church to pray, still caring about God, spreading the good message. So all in all, like Divine said, it's not in her position, it's not my position either. But all in all, I still feel like there's hope for this generation, because there's a lot of positive things going on, and we can see that there's a turnaround. Even if it's really small, there's a turnaround going on in our society.
Please, can you just throw more light on this turnaround going on in our society? Because I want to be part of this positive turnaround, you know? I really want to be part of it.
An example of the turnaround going on right now is, for example, Divine and I are here. We're beautiful girls spreading the gospel. And, well, some of our friends don't have the courage to do that. And we're standing here challenging you, our friends, to come out and speak the gospel. And, yeah, win souls for Christ, like him.
Okay, well, but at least from the perspective of the youth, you'll be able to hear and understand what to be remembered for. But as for me, I'll throw this question to you. What would you be remembered for? Are you going to be remembered for being a good person or a destroyer? Are you going to be remembered for the one coming to church to keep the church clean or to litter the church compound? Will you be remembered for that fighter in the street that people will say and say, he's a fighter, this one is a troublemaker? The question is, what will you be remembered for? Please meet us again on this station, on Ascension TV, for more topics to come. Thanks, and God bless. Bye.
Join hands with the sun. We are children.